It started quietly. Reports of seizures, hallucinations, sudden acts of violence, always isolated, always brushed off. A man in Kansas attacked his neighbor in broad daylight. A bakery in Dallas shut down after 5 employees collapsed mid-shift. A woman in New York threw herself into traffic screaming about spores in her lungs. Health officials issued no warnings. The CDC remained silent. The media moved on. But in the background, something was growing. Something fungal. Something alive. And then, the shipments were recalled. Millions of bags of grain pulled from shelves across the country. By then, it was already in our food, in our homes, in us. This is the story of how it all bloomed, and how we never stood a chance.
Across the country, boxes of Kellogg's Honey Smacks are being pulled from store shelves. The CDC says the breakfast cereal is linked to a salmonella outbreak. It's already sickened at least 73 people in 31 states. The victims range in age from less than a year up to 87 years old. Salmonella is often associated with eggs and poultry, but experts say the bacteria can live in nearly any food.
The cereal factory plus the factories that make ingredients for cereals are typically dry factories where it is possible for salmonella to survive, but very difficult to be found by the regular food safety practices.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the Monroe County Department of Emergency Management and the Rochester Police Department as of 10:05 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Authorities are responding to a series of public disturbances across downtown and northern Rochester. Witness reports describe individuals exhibiting signs of violent behavior and extreme disorientation. Medical services are investigating possible environmental or chemical causes. Until further notice, residents in the city of Rochester are advised to remain indoors and avoid all unnecessary travel. Avoid direct contact with individuals acting erratically close and lock all windows and doors. Emergency services are working to contain the situation. This is not a test. Do not dial 911 unless you are experiencing a life-threatening emergency. Stay tuned to local television, radio, or an OAA weather radio for official updates. This message will be updated as new information becomes available.
Hey, are you seeing the latest call logs from Rochester General? The ER's logged 14 cases since 6 a.m., all with similar symptoms.
I just got off the line with DOH. They're escalating it, but not going public with any of it yet. They want to label it neurological, heat stroke, seizures, whatever sounds reasonable.
Except 3 of them weren't even conscious when they were admitted. One bit a nurse, another was staring through the glass like they didn't even see it.
I've seen the footage. I think you should take the rest of today off. Delete the case notes you forwarded. I'll handle it from here.
Wait, why? What are you not telling me?
This call never happened.
A stunned driver who saw the suspect running down Southern Boulevard. Let's listen.
We had a Baker Act beat a staff member unconscious, now running around the building.
You said they assaulted the employee until they passed out?
Yeah, unconscious. I'm not worried about that part. I need the Baker I dealt with.
I'm in Palms West Hospital. I'm on the 3rd floor. There's some guy in here that's nuts. He's running around in dark-colored shorts, no shirt, no shoes, no socks.
Does he have any weapons on him?
I don't know. We slammed the door shut. Me and my sister were standing up against the door so he could not come in here if he tried. They're still carrying on this. It's going on for over 5 minutes.
Okay, but a person was standing in the road and literally with just shorts on and leads stuck to him from the hospital.
Good morning. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is currently working alongside the Florida Department of Health and federal partners following a violent and highly unusual incident at Palms West Hospital. We can confirm that several patients exhibited extreme and sudden neurological episodes that remain under investigation. While graphic video of the event has circulated online, we are urging the public to remain calm and avoid sharing speculative or unverified information. At this stage, we have no confirmation of an airborne or contagious pathogen. However, out of an abundance of caution, we have deployed infectious disease specialists to West Palm Beach and surrounding areas. Anyone experiencing abnormal symptoms, behavioral changes, or exposure to the Palms West facility between June 2nd and June 3rd should seek medical evaluation immediately. Further updates will be provided in coordination with Florida health authorities.
We're coming to you live from outside Grady Memorial Hospital here in downtown Atlanta, where earlier this afternoon a violent disturbance forced the facility into full lockdown. Eyewitnesses claim that several patients became erratic and physically aggressive towards staff and visitors. One witness described the scene as, quote, something out of a horror movie. Authorities have not officially linked this incident to the one in West Palm Beach, but the similarities have raised concerns about whether this is part of a larger, unfolding health crisis. The CDC has not yet issued a second statement.
We'll continue monitoring this developing situation. Again, this is the second hospital in less than 24 hours reporting highly unusual patient behavior that resulted in violence and full evacuation.
This is a simple emergency message. Please stand by for an important bulletin from state and federal authorities. The following message is transmitted at the request of the Florida and Georgia state governments in coordination with FEMA and the United States Department of Health and Human Services. As of 3 p.m. Eastern Time, multiple violent incidents have been reported at major hospitals in West Palm Beach, Florida and Atlanta, Georgia. Affected individuals displayed sudden, aggressive behavior resulting in mass injury and facility lockdowns. The cause of these events remains under investigation. Authorities advise all residents to avoid entering hospital emergency departments unless critically necessary. Emergency response teams are being deployed and further guidance will be issued. There is currently no confirmed link to known biological threats. However, residents in the southeastern United States are advised to remain vigilant. Law enforcement and public health agencies are increasing monitoring in the following counties: Palm Beach, Broward, Fulton, and DeKalb. If you witness erratic or violent behavior, immediately contact 911 and do not approach the affected individuals. Do not spread rumors or unverified footage via social media. Doing so may interfere with ongoing investigations. Further updates will be issued by local authorities and broadcast media. This message will repeat in 10 minutes if conditions escalate.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Mom, I don't know if you'll hear this in time. I locked myself in the med supply room. It's not just patients anymore. One of the doctors, Dr. Lang, he collapsed. And when he got back up, he wasn't breathing. His eyes were gone, Mom. Like black and moving. Like something was inside him. I tried to run, but I think he bit Nurse Keller. She started convulsing. Then she attacked the others. They're not people anymore. They don't stop. Please don't come here. Don't look for me. I love you.
This is an NBC News special report.
Good evening. We begin tonight with breaking developments out of multiple U.S. cities. Protests are quickly escalating into full-scale riots as growing speculation over the West Palm Beach incident fuels public panic. Clashes with law enforcement have been reported in Los Angeles, Chicago, and New York City. Videos circulating online show civilians looting pharmacies and storming hospitals demanding answers. The CDC and White House have yet to release a public briefing. As calls for transparency intensify, several state officials are urging residents to stay home and avoid large gatherings. This is a developing situation. We'll bring you updates as they come in.
This is a national emergency message. All broadcast stations and cable systems shall transmit this message. This station has interrupted its programming at the request of the Department of Homeland Security and civil authorities. As of 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, coordinated outbreaks of extreme violence have been confirmed in over 12 major U.S. cities. The public is urged to remain indoors and avoid contact with individuals displaying aggressive, erratic, or unresponsive behavior. Law enforcement, CDC response teams, and the National Guard are en route to affected regions. Local authorities will issue curfews and lockdowns as needed. Do not attempt to travel to or from the listed cities. Blockades and containment checkpoints are being established. This message will be updated as more information becomes available. Do not use your phone unless it is an emergency. Stay tuned to trusted sources. This is not a test.
Interrupt our programming. This is the emergency alert system. Important information will follow. This message is transmitted at the request of the Reading Police Department and Berks County Emergency Services. As of 9:10 p.m. Eastern Time, multiple emergency calls have been made reporting violent and erratic behavior in residential neighborhoods. Eyewitness accounts describe individuals attacking without provocation, in a state of silence and unresponsiveness. Emergency responders have reported casualties. All residents are instructed to shelter in place and avoid all travel. Remain indoors. Lock all entry points. Do not engage with unknown individuals outside. Further instructions will be provided through this station. This is not a test.
911, what's your emergency?
I think someone just broke into my neighbor's house. I saw them through the blinds. He just walked in like he didn't even care. And then he started attacking them.
Can you describe what you saw? Is anyone injured?
He wasn't saying anything, just screaming like an animal. And his face, his skin looked wrong. There's blood all over the street now.
Ma'am, stay calm. Are your doors locked? Do not approach the individual. Officers are en route.
There's more of them. 2 more just came out of the woods. Oh, they're coming here.
に転落したことを踏まえ、石破総理は公明党以外の政党とも真摯な議論を通じて国難を打破できる新たな政治の在り方について一致点を見出したいと強調しました。
This is an emergency message from the Japanese government. Multiple cases of violent and erratic behavior have been confirmed in several wards of Tokyo and Osaka. These cases resemble recent reports originating in the United States and are believed to be related to a fungal pathogen of unknown origin. The public is advised to avoid crowded areas, stay indoors, and refrain from contact with any individuals exhibiting unusual aggression or physical deterioration. Local prefectural authorities are working alongside the Ministry of Health to investigate transmission vectors. Martial law has not yet been declared, but enforcement operations have begun. This is not a test. Further instructions will be provided shortly.
At 1900 hours, the CDC concluded genomic sequencing on samples retrieved from victims in Rochester, New York, and West Palm Beach, Florida. The fungal pathogen, currently unnamed, has been observed displaying advanced neural colonization and tissue preservation beyond clinical death. In simpler terms, we now have confirmation that the infection remains active after the host dies. We are issuing a Category 4 biohazard protocol nationwide. We advise all local emergency services to begin enforcing corpse isolation procedures immediately. Do not attempt to move or dispose of any deceased individuals yourself. Infected corpses may reanimate within 2 to 3 hours post-mortem. We will have more information pending military containment coordination. Stay indoors. Avoid contact with blood, saliva, or airborne particles. And if you've had close exposure to an infected subject, seek quarantine immediately.
This is a civil danger warning issued by the New York City Office of Emergency Management, effective immediately. A mandatory stay-at-home order is in effect for all 5 boroughs of New York City. Multiple unconfirmed reports have emerged of deceased individuals exhibiting hostile motor function after death. The CDC has confirmed that the infection remains active post-mortem. Local hospitals and morgues are overwhelmed. Emergency services are limited. All residents are instructed to 1. Remain indoors until further notice. 2. Do not attempt to approach or aid any person exhibiting erratic or aggressive behavior. 3. Avoid all medical centers unless under direct emergency order. 4. Do not handle any deceased individuals. National Guard units are being deployed to secure affected zones. This is not a test. Repeating, this is a civil danger warning for all of New York City. Stay in your homes. Lock all doors. Do not attempt to flee unless instructed.
Mr. President, we've lost contact with Mount Sinai, St. Luke's, and Bellevue. Reports are consistent with CDC projections. Hostile movement 1-3 hours post-mortem.
Sir, multiple National Guard checkpoints in Rochester and the Bronx are dark. No response to Q-code check-ins.
I want full lockdowns on the eastern quarter. Now. Every highway, every transit tunnel. If this spreads west...
Too late. Confirmed visuals out of Columbus and Pittsburgh. Uncontained. Civilian casualties mounting. We're looking at total regional collapse within 36 hours.
Then shut it down. Initiate Phoenix Directive. Tell DHS to prepare continuity ops.
Good evening. As of 02 Sir Central European Time, the World Health Organization is officially declaring a global health emergency in response to the confirmed spread of the pathogen known as Cordyceps mortalis to over 27 countries across 5 continents. Despite initial assumptions, this fungal infection is transmissible through bodily fluids and spores in enclosed environments. All nations are urged to halt international travel and initiate public health emergency procedures immediately. We are actively coordinating with the CDC, ECDC, and UN Security Council to deploy containment response units where possible. Unfortunately, we have received unverified reports of neurological aggression and reanimation of the deceased in affected zones. Until further notice, we are urging all populations globally to avoid public gatherings, remain indoors, and cooperate with national governments. This is a developing global emergency.
Nous recevons maintenant plusieurs rapports d'épidémies violentes dans le 15e arrondissement, près du centre commercial Beaugrenelle. Les hôpitaux débordent, les forces de l'ordre ont scellé plusieurs blocs, mais la résistance est fonde. Les responsables parisiens exhortent tous les citoyens à chercher refuge ou à fuir si possible. Les transports publics ont cessé. Les points de contrôle militaire sont submergés. Les victimes augmentent de minute en minute. Nous le répétons, ce n'est pas un exercice. Paris est en crise. Restez avec nous.
Subject, urgent, unified response. Breakdown, from DHS Crisis Command Coordination Unit to select cabinet and agency leads. We are receiving conflicting directives from multiple agencies. FEMA is unable to deploy effectively due to delayed clearance from local governments. CDC reports being locked out of regional data hubs. National Guard in Illinois, New York, and Florida are awaiting federal authorization that never came. White House coordination has stalled. Communications with NORAD and NORTHCOM have become unreliable over the last 36 hours. There are reports that encrypted channels between the Pentagon and Eastern Command have gone dark. We cannot confirm the President's location. If we cannot reestablish Central Command within the next 12 hours, recommend initiating CONPLAN 8888.
This is a national emergency message. The following message has been transmitted at the request of the White House and the Department of Homeland Security. This is not a test. I repeat, this is not a test. Multiple U.S. federal agencies, including the Department of Defense, CDC, and FEMA, have ceased coordinated national operations as of 0600 Eastern Time. As of this hour, the United States government is unable to maintain national command structure. The National Guard and local law enforcement agencies have been directed to act under regional emergency authority. Midwestern states, Chicago, Detroit, and St. Louis have issued final local alerts before going silent. West Coast, California, Oregon, and Washington have transitioned to localized martial law. San Francisco and Los Angeles have confirmed meth infrastructure failures. Reports from the CDC confirm that the pathogen designated cordyceps 27 is transmitted via direct contact and has reached uncontainable levels. Global impact. International alerts received via emergency broadcast links. United Kingdom, Parliament has dissolved emergency response teams. London under mass evacuation. Germany, federal alert systems triggered in Berlin, Hamburg, and Munich. Military units falling back to southern regions. Canada, Ottawa has declared a level 5 biological emergency. Halifax, Toronto, and Vancouver have seen complete systemic failure. Brazil, India, South Korea, and Japan have reported identical patterns of pathogen behavior and social collapse. Australia has initiated lockdown of the entire continent. Emergency transmissions from Sydney and Perth have ceased within the last 12 hours. Final instructions. All citizens are advised to do the following: shelter in place if safe to do so. Avoid infected individuals at all costs. Do not attempt to travel to major cities or federal buildings. Do not rely on future federal assistance. Tune to local broadcast frequencies and radio channels for region-specific information. Do not use telephone lines except in extreme emergencies. Maintain calm. Arm yourself if legal in your state. This is a national emergency. All normal programming has been discontinued.
This is a national emergency. The United Kingdom is no longer able to provide centralized support or coordination. As of 21:30 this evening, Downing Street has ceased all operations. Parliament has been evacuated. London is considered lost. The pathogen, codename Mycelia, has reached catastrophic levels. All major population centers have been compromised. We are aware of no remaining functioning governments on the continent. Communication with NATO has ceased. North America has gone silent. If you are still receiving this message, you are on your own. There will be no more broadcasts. There will be no rescue. Shelter in place, avoid infection, and preserve life where possible. May God watch over us.